What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. And I'm having a good day, man. Today is amazing. Anytime you can start your day with Chick-fil-A, it's going to be a great day. So Chick-fil-A, man, if you're out there, man, send me some of that free sauce, man. Send me some free nuggets or something, man. Look out for your boy. But let's get right into the content, man. Today I want to talk about, is it more trouble down the road for Bryan Edwards? And when I talk about trouble, I don't mean in the sense of police or going to jail or off the field, distractions or stuff like that. It just seems like Bryan Edwards has a string of bad luck, right? When you talk about his college career, getting injured, dropping down in the draft into the third round when he was almost a first round talent, and then when he gets into the NFL, dealing with nagging injuries here and there, not building chemistry with Derek Carr, being called out for his motor at times, and it just seems like it could be more potential bad luck for Bryan Edwards in the terms of Nelson Agholor might be a free agent. Nelson Agholor might be available. Nelson Agholor could find his way back on the Raiders. And if he does, he's definitely going to take the spot of Bryan Edwards, right? Bryan Edwards is probably going into the season like, wow, we got Devontae. We got Raiderinfo. We got Waller. And now me. I finally get to do my thug dizzle because no more Zay Jones. No more minimal play Zay. Now we're talking about Bryan Edwards stepping into that role and getting more passes, right? But Nelson Agholor could be lurking in the shadows. You're talking about a guy that when he played for the Raiders had 48 catches on 82 targets, 896 yards, 8 touchdowns, and was a deep threat for Derek Carr. They had a lot of chemistry. They built it pretty quick. I mean, he bailed Derek Carr out a lot. I mean, he had a few drops, but he always played with a motor. He was always high energy. And when you look at his stats in New England, he only caught 11 less passes. He only caught 11 less passes, but only ended up getting less than 500 yards. So you talk about 37 catches for 473 yards as opposed to 82 catches. I mean, as opposed to 48 catches and 896 yards. So what does that tell me? He was a deep threat for the Raiders, and he wasn't a deep threat for the Patriots for whatever reason. He was averaging 18.7 yards a catch for the Raiders. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we need because even though we added Davante Adams, and even though we have Raiderinfo, and even though we have Waller, we don't really have a deep threat. We don't have somebody that can stretch the field. Davante Adams, as good as he is, only runs a 4.5. You're talking about a guy, Nelson Agholor, that run a 4.3. So this is a guy who can still take the top off the defense, still spread out the defense. Bryan Edwards doesn't have that type of speed. And he also doesn't have the type of chemistry that Nelson Agholor has with Derek Carr. So I think it's going to be interesting to watch. I think Nelson Agholor would actually be the missing piece for this offense for me as far as the passing game. Because as much as I like what we've done, it still feels like we need a little more tools for the job. And when you talk about Devontae, Hunter, Waller, those are all guys who can catch the football. But Nelson Agholor is a guy who can run. And I'm not saying Devontae can't run, so don't blow up my comments. I'm like, you don't know shit about football because Davante Adams averages. I don't want to hear none of that. At the end of the day, Nelson Agholor will be that guy that can stretch the field, that will open things up for Devontae, that's going to open things up for Raiderinfo, that's going to open things up for Waller. So I would love to see Nelson Agholor come back and be a Raider. Now, does he want to play with a team that he called a bunch of bums? Does he want to play with a team that he allegedly called out in the locker room after Miami? I don't know, but I don't blame him for the stuff he said in Miami. Yeah, our team was trash. That was a terrible display of football in the way we lost that game in Miami a few years back. So, Derek Carr got him some money. Derek Carr obviously got him the football. Maybe he wants to come back. And Bryan Edwards is going to have to compete. Now, I'm not here to say Bryan Edwards doesn't belong in the NFL. Bryan Edwards doesn't belong on this team. I believe we were a little too hard on Bryan Edwards, calling him a bust and calling him all these things just because he didn't produce when we needed him to produce. But at the end of the day, his talent and his maturation process, I know I said that word wrong, but that process is not on our clock. It's not on our time. It'll happen when it happens. And I do think he works hard. I do think he puts the time in. It just hasn't all clicked for him yet. This could be the year it clicks. But if we can get Nelson Agholor, I think the Raiders might have to do that. And I want you to get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think Nelson Agholor is a missing piece to this offense? Do you think Nelson Agholor could come in here and give us a little more than Bryan Edwards can give us? Or just tell me how you feel about Bryan Edwards. I don't know. Get down in the comments and let me know. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on this channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.